who survived things just like this, not just the 19...
Yeah. check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free.
I'm not sure if this is even on yet. Alright, so I'm live now. I haven't had service. I'm in rural West Virginia. 3 hours driving. Let me tell you what, you start having a southern accent when you drive through West Virginia. I don't care who you are right there, you just start getting it. It just hits you. Alright? Anyway. Yeah, you guys missed everything. I thought I was live for, not the whole time, but a good 20 minutes. I thought I was live. And I was just reading the chat, and then I started realizing people kept talking about how fast I was driving. I'm like, I'm driving 20 miles an hour. Everyone's like, he's going to get a ticket. And then I realized you guys were watching the video and listening to the song the whole time. But you missed it, where I was doing about 30 miles an hour, and a big-ass deer got right in my way. Almost plowed through that deer. But I wasn't going that fast, like I said, maybe 30 miles an hour max. But I almost took that deer right out. Let me tell you what, boy. I almost took that deer out. That deer almost got it. For anyone that's curious as to where I'm going to Des Moines, Iowa. I've got not sure what is going on. Yep, I'm going to slow down now. Speed limit getting down to 40. For some reason, I guess because of where I live, the closest way to go to where I'm going was to go the back roads over the mountains where you don't have any cell service, you don't have anything really. So now it seems like the live view is kicked on and is finally working. But yeah, so I'll talk about everything that I talked about while you guys were not able to listen. So I'm on my way to Des Moines, Iowa, Save America rally with President Donald Trump on Saturday. So I'm driving there. I'll probably get there tomorrow night at some point. I am drinking the first cup that I've drank of our new coffee, our flagship coffee. It's still unnamed, but that's what we're going to be giving away for free tomorrow, cups of that. Or not tomorrow, Saturday. So, it's amazing. It tastes really good, actually. I'm really happy with it. Because I kind of flew blind on this one and just kind of went with what they were telling me. And I like it. I like it a lot. And I've got a ton of shirts in the trailer. I've got over 200 custom shirts just for this event, the Save America Rally with Donald Trump's face on it. The date, all that good stuff, Wake Up America podcast logo. And then I've got a bunch of the old shirts. The old shirts, we're just going to kind of do them like, just pay what you want for it. I'm probably going to lose service up here again, guys. If I do, I'll just reconnect when it reconnects. But I did see a comment before my phone shut off there where someone was asking, how'd the wrap come out? Well, the wrap on the trailer. So I'm good at a lot of things, okay? One of the things that I am not good at is wrapping a trailer. I mean, to be blunt, one of the things I am definitely not good at is wrapping a trailer. So we started off with 2 8-foot Wake Up America, big, vinyl sticker wrap things, whatever you want to say. There's one on them. I ruined the other one. So on the passenger side of the trailer, it's got a huge Wake Up America podcast. And it's not, I didn't do the best job. But it was temporary anyway until we get it professionally wrapped. On the back, it's got a ginormous American flag fist, which is awesome. I love it. And then Pure Truth Coffee. And then on the other side, the side that has the concession window, it says citizenstringer.com, except for some reason the .com is a little sideways. But you know what? It's okay. It works. It does what we need it to. It says our company. You know, we're going to get it professionally wrapped probably after this event. I'm going to have my buddy do it up in Massachusetts, so I'll probably end up driving it up there and having him give it the old rapidoodle. And then that'll be done. Man, this is country out here. I was listening to Tucker Carlson. And before that, I think, what was it? I don't know who the guy is before Tucker Carlson. I don't know. The 7 o'clock show on Fox News. Don't know. He's alright. He talks like very monotone, though. And then before that was Brett Baier. It's funny when you say it like that. But yeah. So I'm on my way to Des Moines, Iowa. April and her husband are going to be driving up tomorrow. And Adam is flying up tomorrow. So we're going to have almost the whole crew. Rhino is not able to make it. Some of our other writers, I'm not quite sure if they're going. I should have reached out. I should have found out. What a bad business owner. I don't even ask them if they're going. But this week has been something else, man. Let me tell you. I don't care who you are right now. This week has been something else. Moving into the new retail space. Trying to get that all set up. Getting this trailer. Getting the trailer, ready. Getting all the shirts printed. Getting the coffee, ready. It's crazy, man. So crazy. And I gotta tell you, a lot of my vendors are lucky that I'm just not a complete and utter a-hole. Because our vendors have really messed up this week. Like, people that we purchase things from, they've really messed up. Like, the labels for the coffee came in. They're supposed to be 2 inches by 3 inches. And instead, we got labels that are approximately 1 inch by maybe 1.5 inches, which are fucking useless. And I could just go out and rip that company a new a-hole and, talk about it online and say nobody should ever go. But I'm nice. I'm not going to do that. I had another company this morning that erroneously, they said, and maybe I'll get your input on this, everyone that's in the chat. I had another vendor, a finance company that we work with, that made erroneously debited my account $13,320. Sorry, $13,230. They debited my account this morning for $13,230. And when I called them on it, they're like, oh, you know what? That was an accident. We're sorry. I mean, they gave my money back, but how do you accidentally debit someone's account $13,000? I mean, seriously, how is that? I'm lucky that it didn't, we didn't have other payments coming out, or, a big payment, or, the trailer, or whatever. We're just fucking fortunate. But, I woke up early. I sneezed approximately around 4:30 this morning. I started sneezing, and I realized that I started counting about halfway through, and I think I sneezed exactly 5,642 times within a half an hour. So much so that it was it made my eyes feel like they're popping out of my head, my chest hurt. I literally sneezed more than I ever have in my life this morning. So I was up at 4:30. But the reason, because I have super allergies up here, I don't know if it's because we lived in Florida and we didn't have those kind of things or what, but I sneezed and sneezed and sneezed and sneezed and sneezed. And then finally I was like, oh, I can go back to bed now. I can go back to bed. And then I go back into the bedroom and I start sneezing again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? My wife had the frickin' window open last night. She must have got hot and opened the window, which pisses me off anyway, because we run the air conditioner at night. Why are you opening the window if the air conditioner's on? You're always complaining that I turn the air conditioner too low. And that's why, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was too low, so she opened the window to get hot air in there, which just increases our electricity bill and causes her husband to sneeze uncontrollably for hours and hours. Long story short, I was up at 4:30 this morning. I figured that was okay, though, even though I knew I was going to be driving for a long time today. But I wanted to get everything done, you know. So obviously, you know, my priority was to deal with the banking issue and the company that erroneously debited $13,000 out of our account. But they were a California company. Like, I called my bank. My bank was like, "Yeah, we'll dispute it. This doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever." They're like, "You don't have an existing arrangement?" And I said, "No, not for them to charge that." And you know, but I was being nice, you know. So I waited until that company opened, and they were from California, so they didn't open until 11 o'clock Eastern time. And I got to be honest, by 12 o'clock Eastern time, the money was back in my account. They didn't mess around. But, you know, they paid it right away. But still, I don't have an answer on how that could even have possibly happened. Like, how do you debit $13,000? That's a fucking treat. How do you debit $13,000 out of someone's account and be like, "Oh, sorry, it was an accident"? What? But, yeah, so they did that. And then I packed all the stuff, all my cameras and sound equipment and all that stuff to get that all ready for tomorrow or for Saturday. So I packed all that. I took all the boxes of shirts and stuff because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get parking for the trailer in front of my store. So I put it all in the back office where there's the back door there to get that all ready to go, you know. And then, you know, had to try to figure out how to do the coffee and what I was going to do. And so I just ended up bringing a 20-pound box with me because I don't know what to do in terms of how much coffee actually goes into 4 gallons of water to make coffee. I don't know that stuff. Adam said he'll figure it out because he said, you know, he'll figure it out. But then, so I'm getting everything ready. I'm kind of doing an itemization. I'm looking for the creamer because I ordered, you know, a thing of creamer, and I'm not finding the creamer, and I'm like, "Where's all the creamer?" And so I started opening random boxes, and then I found one thing that's cool that I didn't think was coming, is I have the sleeves for the coffee cups. So they say Pure Truth Coffee on them, which is pretty rad. So every coffee cup that we give out on Saturday will have the Pure Truth logo on it, which is great promotion. But yeah, I couldn't find the creamer. Found the sugar, though. So we got sugar. I've got like these French vanilla bullshit coffee mate things that my wife said I should get because people like those. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm also tired as shit because I didn't get to sleep. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to drive all the way there. So what I'm trying to do is just get a good little clip done. You know, 6 hours, 7 hours is what I'm trying to drive now. Which I'm about halfway through that mark. You know, I figure if I get now, so I have 10 or 9 hours left before tomorrow, or, you know, to drive tomorrow, then that'll be good. I won't be super tired. So that's my goal. That's my goal, is to get. No, finally, I'm getting on an interstate. That's beautiful. So my goal today is to drive for approximately another 3 or 4 hours. And then I'll stop for the night somewhere. And then tomorrow I'll drive the remainder, which is probably going to be 10 or 11 hours. 9, 10, or 11 hours, depending on when I actually stop tonight. And then, yeah, and then I'll be in Des Moines, Iowa. So I am going to live stream the drive for tomorrow. That'll be part 2 when I get up and go, so people can see what the country's like through the roadway. If anyone wants to support this trip, you can do so by visiting f-antifa.live. You know, give Antifa the big middle finger. And you can also type in a message there if you visit that website and you contribute through their little thing. I can't see it, but you guys all will be able to hear that message, whatever you write. Yeah, I appreciate that. Super chat you should be getting all sorts of fancy notifications and all that shit. When people do super chats, it should read the messages. Yeah, but if you want to do that, we're also going to have a store or a sale in our store for all of you guys that are not able to make it to Iowa. And you'll be able to use the same discount code as everybody else for everything in our store. Should I make the same one or a different one? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then next week I'm going to be painting the store during the day, getting everything build all these cabinets and all these stuff, all these things that I'm very ambitious fucking goals. But I'm going to build them all out myself. And, yeah. And then I got to rebuild the entire online store. Switch out the designs with only the new designs. Because pretty much every design that's on there, if you might as well get it now. Because it's where I'm going to, obviously the Wake Up America ones, the Back to Blues, those will all stay. But pretty much everything else is going to be scrapped. And we're going to go higher quality shirts. They're going to be more expensive, but U.S. made, U.S. printed, U.S. shipped. So you got to do what you got to do, but everyone wants that, so the prices are going to be a little bit more expensive than what we were doing before. But I want to do that. Sweatshirts, though, will probably still be the Gildan brand, because I'm someone that doesn't like charging $55 for a sweatshirt. You know, because I won't pay $55 for a sweatshirt, so why the hell am I going to sell sweatshirts for $55?
Drive safely.
So typically what I try to do is keep the sweatshirts down to $40, $45, something like that. Something like that. Fuck, should I get fuel right now? I got over a quarter of a tank. I think I'll wait. Because that's what gangsters do. We wait. We run. I just want to get on the interstate, man. I've been driving on back roads for 3 hours. It's driving me nuts. What the hell? What the hell? I gotta get over her. Where am I? Clarksburg? Is that where I am? I'm in West Virginia. I think, maybe. Still West Virginia. I don't even know where I am. A big little town in the middle of nowhere. Big little town. I got those tired eyes. I feel them. Like they're blinking slow. Someone said, I wonder if Steve has a GPS system. Yeah, I got a brand new truck, 2021 truck. It's got a GPS built right in. So it's got that GPS built right in. But I don't like it when it's like, turn left in 200 meters. So I turn that off. But yeah, you can't really miss me right now. If you're on the interstate, you can't really miss me because for one, I drive a really nice truck, and yes, I know it's probably not as nice as some of your trucks, but it's my dream truck. It's got a big old American flag in the back window. It's hauling a big-ass white trailer that says Wake Up America on the side of it, on one side, and then Citizen Stringer on the other. And then it's got a big old American flag fist on the back of the trailer. America, fuck yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What the hell, dude? I'm getting off of this? No, come on. Come on. It's telling me I'm going to get on Interstate 50. Maybe Interstate 50 runs with this. I hope so. You know, as much as I like the back roads, I don't like the West Virginia back roads. Because one, they're really bumpy. And I don't like that because I got a bunch of sound or a bunch of cameras and shit in the back of the trailer. Secondly, there's so many turns. So many, like, hairpin turns. You know, speed limit is 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, max. I just don't like it. On a motorcycle, different story. But in a truck with a trailer and being a little tired, not really my thing. Shit, it is going to make me get off of the interstate. Where the hell is my GPS taking me? It's putting me back on the same fucking road I just got off of. My gosh! What is going on here? It's freaking Google. It's like, oh, we don't want him to make it to the Trump rally, so we're just going to have him drive in circles for the next 7 hours. Maybe he'll give up. We don't give up. Steve programmed the scenic route. Yeah, possibly. Maybe that's what I did. I bet I have no tolls in there. Because normally I have no tolls set up in the GPS. And I bet that's why. I bet it would have been like 14 hours if I drove all the way up to Pennsylvania and got on the Pennsylvania Turnpike or whatever the hell it is. You would think that's what it would have had me do. Instead of just cutting across. Going through West Virginia, into Maryland, back into West Virginia, back to Maryland, back to West Virginia. Like, come on, make up your damn mind here. Never give up. Nope, we never do. You know who does give up? Those rhino-ass Republicans passing a $400 billion bailout bullshit. That's only going to keep us alive till the end of December, or middle of December. Everyone's applauding it. Fox News like, oh, they made a new deal, yay. Should have shut down this bitch. Should have shut down the country is what should have happened. No joke. Defund. Everyone marched last year to defund the police. Now I want to defund our government right now. Allow everybody to take a step back and be like, hey, this is the people's house. But of course, I'm not there. I may run for mayor. I was thinking about it just for shits and giggles. My town's really good anyway, so, and the mayor's really good, you know, but I was thinking about it, because he wins I live in a small town. You know how many votes the mayor had last year, or to win last election? 156 total votes. 156, and he became the mayor. Now, you don't get paid to be the mayor, it's public service. I wouldn't get paid. Even if they did do like a stipend or something, I just donate it back. But there's little things, there's little things that they need to do. We have an old railroad track in our town. I'm like, why don't they make that a bike path? My wife is like, yeah, why don't they make that a bike path? And I'm like, I know, why don't they make it a frickin' bike path? And then maybe people can go and bike or something. There's other things that kind of irritate me a little bit about like how the city is and streets, potholes and some bumps. Other than that, I really like our town. Oh, and then the water. I talked about that before. The water department in our town sucks butthole. Like the water department is good, but their billing system, my gosh. You've never met a stupider billing system ever. You know what it is? It's manual, like the 1940s, where the only thing they do is you got to go in there to pay their bill, or you got to give them a check to have them electronically debit it. There's no online portal. You can't go up and see how much water you're actually using. And then you know what they do? They send you this little stamp when you move in. So this is what happens. When you move into a small town, you go into the town. You have to go into the town clerk's office and fill out all the papers to have the water turned on. They charge a deposit or whatever they do for everybody. It's like a $20 deposit. It's so stupid. Anyway, your water gets turned on, right? And then what they don't tell you is that you're going to get the bill in the mail, and the bill in the mail doesn't tell you how to pay the damn bill. What it does, it says, hey, here's your usage. And you're like, okay. And you know, you're a responsible person, so you set up auto pay for all of your bills all the time. Your cars, your electricity, your cable, it's all set up on auto pay, all your credit cards, everything. So you just assume that you're going to be able to pay this bill the same way. And because you're so busy and you own a bunch of companies and you're always, you know, overexerting yourself, you forget about the bill because you say, okay, I'm going to call them tomorrow because I don't see anywhere on here to sign up for auto pay. So I got to figure out that. But you forget to call them because you're so damn busy. So what do? The town then sends you a letter or another bill, and on the bill, inside the bill, it's got a little sticker that's approximately, I don't know, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wide, and it says, oh, just to let you know, the disconnect dates are going to be this date for anyone that has an outstanding balance. And you're like, okay, well, I don't have an outstanding balance because, well, I'm fiscally responsible, right? I pay all my bills on frickin' time. And then one day you go and get ready to take a shower, and your frickin' water's turned off. So you do what's normal, what's expected of you. You call the town clerk and you curse him out for about 20 minutes. They tell you that you have to come in and you got to bring a check, and you say, listen, it's 2021. People don't use checks anymore. And they're like, well, people do use checks, and that's how you have to pay if you want to be on auto pay. And I said, all right, I'll be in 5 minutes. But I didn't say it like that. I said, this is fucking bullshit. And then I drove into the town. I paid. I apologize for being an a-hole on the phone. And I did make another comment about people not, people paying with checks, and they really need to figure out their online system or get one so people can actually just pay their bills online, like, the 21st century, which is what we live in. And then I said, and also you should stop accepting checks because, well, they're stupid and no one uses checks. And as I turn around, there's like 4 or 5 people with their checkbooks staring at me going, what are you doing? Long story short, if you get really busy, don't forget to pay your water bill because it's pretty fucking embarrassing. Do you know how many water bills? They had 63 people. 63 people. And I'll give you just an idea. 63 people got disconnect notices. That is that's over 1% of the total population for my town. And that's a huge number. Over 1%. It's almost 2%. Almost 2% of the population of the entire town had their water turned off. And that's the population. So take into account actually how many houses. It was probably, I would give or take and say it was probably 4 or 5% of the entire town that had disconnect notices because the frickin' town is stupid in the way they do things. So yeah, I may run for mayor just to be like, hey, you guys got to fix your water system here. You got to get some online billing system set up so people that are busy all the time, like this guy, can pay their bills, and not have to go into the town to pay their damn bills, because that's stupid. Why do we have to go into the town clerk's office to pay a frickin' bill? I mean, how many of you guys have, had the same thing? I did set it up on auto pay now, so it'll never happen, but they needed a check to do it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to go to the bank and get them to print a check. So then I could go in there and say, here's your printed check, you shitbirds. Just avoid it, really. Anyway. How about that for some story time with Steve? Huh? Story time with Steve. Drinking some coffee. Drinking my coffee. It's good, man. I don't even know how to describe it. My wife did put a little too much sugar in it. That's okay. I see someone on Twitch said, damn ads. Well, I think if you have a subscribe, if you're a subscriber, oh, I got a $5 super chat, $5, yeah, Bushman, and I may have got others. I just happened to look right at that very precise moment, and I probably Busman, Bugman, shit, ran a yellow light. Fuck, I should have stopped there for gas. I'm getting too into this. Fuck. You watch. Someone said I'm going into the mountains again because they know where I am. Hopefully there's a gas station. I got 92 miles before I'm empty. I got some time. Question is, can you drink your water and get Montana water? I don't know what that's... Oh, yeah, in my town? Absolutely. Absolutely. We drink our water all the time. It's delicious, actually. Tastes better. We used to have water delivered in Florida. This water's way better. Way better. Yeah, like, I'm not crapping on the water department per se, just their billing system. The way they bill is bull. But our town's pretty good. Our town's good. What state am I in? I have no idea. I think, what, West Virginia still? I don't know. Believe it or not, I've been driving for 3.5 hours and I've only traveled 160 miles. No, 140 miles. Which is all back road. Mine can't go. I think I'm in, what is it? Parkersburg. Is that West Virginia? West Virginia, people are saying in the chat. They know where we are. West Virginia. Oh, West Virginia, that's where we're gonna be. We're gonna drive to West Virginia. Well, we're already in that state. I almost said shithole state, but we have some viewers that are from West Virginia. So I don't want to be negative towards West Virginia. West Virginia. Speed limit's 45 when flashing. Well, it wasn't flashing. I'm not even doing the speed limit because this car in front of me. Let me speed up to do the speed limit. Even though I got this trailer on there, but I could do the speed limit. I think I was screwed up because I saw the signs that say I'm on 50 West, and I was like, wait. See, they just panicked. They're like, what does he have? He has a trailer and he's passing me. Now I'm doing the speed limit and you're not, person. It's another words for saying asshole. So said, am I still plan on going to Portland? That is still a plan. Hopefully. I'd like to go in November, but maybe it'll be around December. How many of you guys knew that you could support this channel by visiting f-antifa.live? Type it into the chat for me, will ya? f-antifa.live. You can type in a little message there, Antifa Tears, and it'll read your message right online when you do a contribution that way. It's a good way of supporting us. Helps us pay, it helps us to be able to do all this stuff. Someone said it's back live now. What was it? Did it cut out again? Oh, okay. It's going to do that because I'm going back up into the mountains. If it does cut out and it doesn't come back, I'm going to be live tomorrow for the rest of the drive. I mean, I'll keep trying to come back if it does finally cut out, but I won't really know. But yeah, go to f-antifa.live and throw some support to your boy, so that way we can do this more. We are going to hit up every Trump rally, every single one. We'll probably try to hit up some other rallies and things like that, but definitely every rally. I'm tired of RSBN saying they're the only media outlet out here that does this the whole time. Bullshit. Bullshit, RSBN. Come on. You know what I'm missing in this truck? A CB radio. Just realized that. I had a little portable one in my garage and I forgot to bring it. I actually took it out of the box, but I forgot it. What kind of coffee you selling? Well, we're going to have 5 different blends to start off with. The first is Wake Up America. It's a very smooth breakfast blend. That's called the Wake Up America blend. And then we're going to have the blend that I'm drinking right now and that people are going to be able to test tomorrow. That is, I don't know what I'm calling it yet. That's a question mark blend, because I kind of want to figure out a really crafty name for it. But after I'm drinking it now, this is going to be a coffee that we always have because I really like it. And then we also got a nice French roast. We also did a flavored French vanilla for a single run, but we only ordered 20 pounds of that, so we're not going crazy because I'm not a big fan of flavored coffee myself, but I knew some people were. And then we also got a holiday favorite called Trumpkin. It's a nice little Halloween / Thanksgiving coffee blend that I named Trumpkin. And yeah, those should be available. I'm just waiting on the packaging for them. I got some of the labels, like I said, but the labels were too small, but I'm still going to use them. But we got the labels, we got the coffee, the only thing, and we got the heat sealer. The only thing we don't have are the coffee bags to actually put the coffee in. So I'm hoping that we get that on Monday or Tuesday. And as soon as I get them all packaged up, they will be up there for all y'all to go buy. So we're going to be doing a limited run. We're not doing any pre-sales of coffee. And we're just going to do a limited run of what we have in stock. We'll get them shipped out probably the same day you guys order them. And that'll be it. And then we'll order more based on, I'll probably wait a week or two and try to get some reviews of the coffee from you guys. And then we'll order more based on what you guys say. We'll kind of use you as a taster. But so far, I like all these. I just don't like flavored coffee. So I don't really like the Trumpkin or the French vanilla, because I don't like flavored coffee. Never do. My wife does. She said they're both good. They're both good. But yeah, that's Pure Truth Coffee. That logo's on the back of this trailer as well. It's a little crooked, but you know what? Like I said, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at business. I'm good at talking. I am not good at wrapping a trailer. Let me tell you. Nope. Not good at wrapping a trailer. So anyone that is going to Des Moines, Iowa, that I'll see there and that will hang out with all of us. Because I don't even think we're going in, even if the press passes are approved, which they still have yet to be. Well, they actually could be in my email right now. I don't think I'm going in. I think I'm just going to chill outside, do the whole live show. And like I said earlier, when Donald Trump is speaking, I'm actually going to leave at that point, because I got to drive all the way back home too, and I got to make sure that I'm home in time for. What did I just do to this thing? I got to make sure I'm home by Sunday night, because my wife has to go back to work. So, but yeah. So that's that. But yeah, we'll still have Trump live for everybody tomorrow. I just won't. We'll just end our actual live coverage and broadcast Trump live, and then when Trump is done, that's where we'll wrap. I still haven't made the determination on whether I'm going to keep the live feed on YouTube. I'm going to kind of play it by ear. If people, do the super chats and all that stuff, and maybe I'll just keep it up and then just delete it immediately after, because that seems to be what everyone else does, and it's okay if you do that. So maybe I'll do that, so people can see it. But we'll also have Rumble up, Facebook, D-Live, Twitch. It'll be live on Citizen Stringer's website. It'll be live on Citizen Stringer TV. Anyone who has a Roku device, you should be able to update your app now to the new Citizen Stringer TV. It should automatically do it if it doesn't do it already. Amazon Fire should be out with the new update. Apple TV should be out soon with the new update. Android TV should be out soon with the new update. So that's good. To get gas, man. I should have stopped back there. Hopefully there's something along this way. I'd like a Red Bull or a Mountain Dew, some gas. The coffee is still good, and it's in my Wake Up America, what was it, Precious Angels Nook. I think you're the one that made this. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think it was you. I don't know what you call it. Tumbler thing. The big ones. But that was one of our viewers. One of our viewers who made it. Hugging that center line just a little bit too much. I don't remember this road. Normally on roads, I'm good with them, so I remember the turns, I remember stuff. I don't remember, these turns, so I always try to go a little bit slower. I also don't want to high beam it because there's a vehicle in front of me, and I don't want to keep doing the high beam, low beam game. Every time I come to a clearing, so see, there's that car in front of me. Now I could have just had my high beams on so I could see a little bit better for a while, but I didn't want to. I can tell you already, though, I've only been driving now for just over 3 hours, and I am ready for the hotel room that I booked. I used to be able to drive for days and days and days, but not anymore. Not anymore. It's only been 3 hours. But I am going to stop at the first gas station I see. Get some gas. Should have stopped at that last one. Damn it. Damn, man. So it said I have 24 more miles till I get curves. What? So you know this way. Is there a gas station, like a bigger one around her? It's going to be open? What do you mean 24 miles till I get to some curves? I've been on curves. For the past 3 hours, they've all been curves. This is curves. Watch, there's a sharp curve to the right now. Unbelievable. listen to what's going on Fox News.
We finally got America to the point where we were energy independent. We didn't have to rely on countries that hate our guts for what is the lifeblood of the world's economy. We didn't have to worry so much about the Straits of Hormuz and the crazy mullahs in Iran. You didn't import a single barrel of oil, I believe, from Saudi Arabia, and your last however many months in office, we were energy independent
Donald Trump
and a net exporter of energy. Now, Joe Biden has given that up, but worse, he's begging OPEC to increase their production. I want your overall thoughts, because we're now paying $1.50 more on average a gallon, over $5 a gallon in some places in California.
We became energy independent for the first time in the history of our country. One of the things I was most proud of, we had ANWR in Alaska. Ronald Reagan tried. Everybody tried to get it approved. They couldn't get it approved for many, many years. Ronald Reagan couldn't do it. He wanted to do it many years ago in Alaska. And Senator Murkowski made it possible that it was just ended by Biden, and that was done by a Republican senator, made it possible that ANWR, perhaps the biggest drilling site in the world, as big as Saudi Arabia, one of the other things that I was very gas, because a lot of the areas that we're talking about were shut down, stupidly shut down for no reason, not even an environment.
Someone, I don't even know if you guys can hear that. Someone asked, have I seen any deer? Yeah, I thought I was live. And I almost hit a deer. A big-ass deer walked right in front of my truck. But luckily, I was only going about 30 miles an hour. And I'll be honest, like deer, you know, they always say deer get frozen, I guess, in the headlights and all that stuff. This guy didn't. He, looked for a second, and then he just walked slow as shit across the road. But luckily, I wasn't going super fast. Because I don't have, a fancy bumper or anything on this. So, I would hate to clobber a deer, to be completely honest. It would ruin my truck. Then I'd have to deal with insurance and all that stuff. But yeah, it was pretty damn close. I saw a little baby deer too. You want to hear another story? So last night, my wife and I were laying in bed, and all of a sudden, we're watching this movie about the Revolutionary War called Turn, or it's a series. Turn or Turncoat or something like that. I forgot what it's called now. But it's pretty good. She likes it because she's all into that history bullshit, and I like it just because I've never seen it. And so we're on season 3. I watched season 1 by myself, and then she realized what I was watching, and she's like, "What the hell? I don't want to watch that." And so we're in season 3, I don't know what episode, early on, and all of a sudden we heard a blood curdling scream down below, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" So we paused it because at first we didn't know what it was. It was just a very weird noise. And I yelled downstairs, "What was that?" And then we heard it again, and I was like, "Holy shit." So I started getting up, and I didn't know what it was, and I'm yelling from the top floor as we're running down there. I'm like, "What is it?" And my older boy, he goes, "Oh, I'm going to lose service, aren't I? Can you guys hear it or no? Can you hear me or no?" You guys may be losing the screen. Well, I think you can hear. So anyway, I ran downstairs, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I'm yelling at my son. My son yells, and he's like, the dogs are fighting, the dogs are fighting. And we have 2 pit bulls. So, if you know pit bulls, they can freaking kill each other very quickly. And, so we ran downstairs, and then I see the bigger one appears to have the little one by the neck. And so I'm like freaking out. I go and, you know, you have a 300-pound guy that darts like a James Bond over a couch. You know, I go and I try to just land on the dogs, you know, to try to stop them. Except they're just going at it. And the big dog's got the little one. It appears that he's got the little one by the neck, by the underside of the neck. And I'm like, holy shit, that dog, the female dog, the smaller one, Haley, was like choking. You could hear it. It was like gurgling and all that stuff. She was choking. And just where his mouth was, again, it appeared that he had her from the underside of the neck. So I realized that he was being the aggressor, or that's what it looked like to me. And so I yelled to try to get him to break. But if you've ever, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get these dogs to stop. And I thought he was killing the other dog. So I gave him a couple of good wackos. But then he didn't, like, I swear, on the second one, he looked at me. He, like, literally looked at my eyes. And he's like, I don't know what it was, but I think I almost talked to a dog. Because I was getting ready to swing for the third time. And I literally looked right in his eyes. And he wasn't scared. He wasn't angry. He was just like, what the fuck is going on? And again, this is the dog that appears to have the other dog by the throat. We realize, you know, my wife is trying to pull his jaws apart, which is incredibly stupid because you're not going to be able to do that with a pit bull. And so what we realized is so I'm seeing that her collar was like super tight, and I figured that he had a big mouthful of that with her neck too. So I'm like, maybe if I release the collar, that'll cause her or him to like have to either loosen his grip and I can grab him, or you know, he'll just abandon it. So I released her collar, and then I realized what it was. His bottom jaw got wrapped up in the bottom of her collar, because when they play fight, he goes for the collar every time. He's already busted 4 or 5 of her collars. So his bottom jaw and like one of his like canines on the bottom was wrapped around, like, I guess when he went to like play biter, his bottom jaw went underneath the leash or underneath the collar, and they got stuck there. And so he's such a big, powerful dog that when I came down, it looked like he was literally flopping her around, like killing her. You know, that's what I thought, I'll be honest. I thought he was killing her. But as soon as I released the collar, she ran and like shit all over the floor and all that stuff, because she's already a skittish ass dog. And then she's got me, because at that point I think I was laying on both of them, because it's the only way. I wasn't going to clot up myself or have them bite me. So they were kind of like underneath my chest, and I had them pinned against the floor. And she ran, you know, she got out and started shitting all over the place and freaking out. But he just sat there, and he just like, he looked at me, and he was like kind of wagging his tail. He was a little nervous, but he just sat there. And I'm a big dog. I'm a big dude, right? And I'll be honest, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know, I clobbered him. I didn't close fist or anything like that, but I was hitting him. I thought he was going to kill our other dog. And he just sat there, and afterwards, and he just came right next to me, because then I felt fucking bad. You know, I'm hitting one of my best friends, so I felt bad after, and he came right up to me, and he's like licking me and being like, you're okay. I know it was not your fault. But I tell you what, pit bulls have this thing they do, and I don't know what the fuck it is, but that he does it, she doesn't do it. She just shits and pisses, but all over the house. He like sprays something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it smells awful. It's the worst smelling shit you've ever heard. And of course, he fucking sprayed all over the fucking house. Oh my God, and our house was horrible. So we had to open all the windows, and and all that stuff. And I felt so bad. So now we're like locked, because she is a super hyper dog. She always wants to play. She always wants to fight, chase him around. She's so fast. So like when I take him out to go to the bathroom, she like will full sprint towards him and leap over him as he like tries to jump to get her. She's just a very energetic dog, whereas he's kind of like, they're brother and sister. They were born the same day, but he's like a fatter, just lazy. Like he'll still play around, but he's just a fat, lazy dog. Like he'll lay on the couch, and again, he's a big dog. So like when he stretches out, he'll just start falling off the couch. Rather than him just like saying, "Oh shit, I'm falling off the couch," he literally just slides right off of the couch in slow motion to the floor. Every time. It's such a fun thing to see. But yeah, so now when because it caused us panic, because the first thing my wife and I thought was, because my son, the older one, he said the dogs, and he said the dogs are fighting. I heard the dogs, and I heard a scream, because the female dog was like screaming, even though it sounded like almost human-y to me. I don't know. So both my wife and I thought that one of the dogs was potentially, fighting my kids. So that's what we ended up getting down there. And I mean, they were full on. Like, if you've ever seen two dogs fight, imagine two dogs that are 70 pounds each. They were tearing apart our living room. They, smashing into the TV stand, smashing in the coffee table, and then Haley, the female one's pissing all over the place. But hold on. Hey, what's up?
Yo, your camera's off.
Why?
Like your synapse.
Wait, but the audio is on?
Yeah. So people are just watching you drive on a black screen.
That doesn't make any sense. How are they hearing me?
They can still hear. I don't know. They can hear you, and all we see is the overlay, an orange overlay at the bottom that says, "On our way to save America in Des Moines."
Well, what do I do? Because I see it on the live view. It's showing the camera.
Yeah, check the synapse and see.
Yeah, I'm fucking doing 70 miles an hour down the interstate. I can't fucking log in to the synapse.
I'll see if I can.
I can switch. Let me. So there's the be right back, and then.
Okay, so when to be right back.
And now what? Is it back?
Now, all right. Now we got it back.
That's fucking weird. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, say hi to everyone, because they all hear you.
What's up, everybody? I'm watching on Twitch right now.
Are you? Did you switch it over to Citizen Stringer?
I am right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I sent you a Slack message a couple of hours ago for the passwords, but you're packing, getting ready.
Yeah, I've been packing everything. I packed everything into a case, and then I went to go clip it, and one of the buckles broke. So then I had to unpack everything and repack it all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's been fun.
Yeah. Well, I've got 59 miles left till I'm out of gas. That should be fun. And I'm in fucking bumfuck West Virginia. Yeah. Unlike you, I notice. I pay attention at 50 miles.
Not when it says 0 miles left and you're 29 miles from an exit?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that. It's a fucking gas station right up the hill. Now, is that a gas station? No.
So now it's like mirages. It's like you're starting to see the bodies of water in the desert.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a gas station though. But hopefully not.
Well, drive safe, bro. How far are you gonna drive tonight?
I don't know. Another couple of hours probably. I'd like to get it so I have under 10 hours to drive tomorrow. Because 10 hours driving is a long time. So I'll probably get gas, buy a Mountain Dew, Red Bull. I got a bunch of snacks in the back. I'll probably end the live stream just because I like to listen to podcasts and shit. That's what keeps me awake. But so I'll probably listen to a podcast or two, and so I'll go live stream the entire day tomorrow. Yeah, that was weird because it wasn't showing on my end. My end, I saw someone say it was a black screen, but I figured it was just you not knowing how to use your phone or whatever. Just don't like driving. And of course now it's gonna start raining too. Oh shit, what is going on? Oh yeah, this is wonderful. How come every time I live stream when I'm driving it rains? Every time without fail. The slower I go, the harder it rains. Go figure that one out. I'll turn on Fox News for a few minutes.
Freedom in the name of false security.
So the $1.2 trillion is about 9%. Think of that. 9%. They talk about infrastructure. This is 9% infrastructure. Should be 100% infrastructure. So that is a total shame. And then the 3.5, which a lot of people are saying is $5 trillion, these are numbers that have never been discussed before with any precedent. Nobody would do it because it's crippling to the economy. Most of it is money you could throw right out the window. It's going to be devastating. And then inflation has kicked in. And remember this, with energy going up like that, you know, if you have a product and you need trucks or you need whatever it is to deliver it, you need energy. So with energy being double and triple what it was just a few months ago, when we were there, $1.87 a gallon, and now it's over $5 a gallon. That's a lot more than 50%. When energy goes up like that, Sean, everything is affected in terms of inflation. It has a huge inflationary impact on
I'll be right back, guys.
And I was here with Jimmy Carter. When Jimmy Carter went out and did what he was doing, and a lot of it was similar but on a much smaller scale, we had inflation. And it was almost ruining for our country. It almost ruined our country. But this is much more severe. And what they're doing is changing the social fabric of our country. It's not even believable. Bernie Sanders can't believe it. Bernie Sanders goes around telling people, I can't believe what's happening here. AOC and a very tiny group of people are pushing an agenda that will destroy, literally, it'll ruin our country. Between the borders, between you.
That's pretty funny. My gas pump's on the other side. My tank. So I gotta turn around, kind of back up, because it's on the other side. That is my day. Turn up the audio for you.
You don't need the vaccine. You become immune, so they say, and it's rare that you get it twice. It is a natural immunity. Why are they forcing people to take the vaccine? Remember this, the drug companies make a lot of money, and they like it. I don't know who else wants it or likes it, but when you get it, you don't have to take the vaccine.
It's sad that we're even firing frontline nurses and healthcare workers that were diving on COVID grenades every day in the worst moments of this. Let me ask you about the IRS spying on Americans on $600 transactions, which is ridiculous. And I want to ask you that in light of Merrick Garland now and his new effort to empower the FBI to literally look at moms and dads at school board meetings, looking into possible domestic terrorism. I would think local police could be called in if there's a problem. But then we find out that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General's son-in-law, is a partner of this firm, Panorama, that's making millions of dollars in contracts with school districts pushing critical race theory, which is part of the reason many parents are complaining, or COVID restrictions. What is your reaction to that?
Well, you're just telling me the last part. I didn't know that. But, look, he's a respected man. I hope he's going to do what's right. This country is at a breaking point. His country is not going to stand for it any longer. But he's somebody that has always been highly respected. He happens to be on the liberal side of things. And hopefully he'll do what's right. But Sean, the country can't take much more of it. They can't do it. When you look at those school boards, those are parents that love their country and they love their children, and they don't want all of this nonsense that's been being fed to their children. They just don't want it. And they're just trying to make them out to be terrorists. It's actually, they use the term today, I saw it today, that they're terrorists. The Taliban, they're terrorists. We gave them a lot. They're trying to approve $10 billion a year to go to Afghanistan, $10 billion a year to the Taliban. On top of everything else, on top of the $85 billion worth of equipment, it's going to be in our budget, and we don't have other countries contributing, to pay $10 billion a year to the Taliban, which is Afghanistan. I mean, how crazy is this?
Let me ask you this. I've gotten asked this question about you a lot. People know that I've known you for many years. We've been friends for a long time. I knew you long before you ran, over 25 years. And they say, I agree with the president's policies, and I want him to run again in 2024, but maybe if he could just fight a little less. Now, I don't know what that means. I guess that they want you to fight for issues like the border and lower taxes and energy independence and free and fair trade deals and fight our enemies. And I don't know if they expect to have a switch that would go off and say, okay, I'm going to be Mr. Nice to the media that's asking me hostile questions. But I do get asked the question a lot. Is there anything that stylistically, when people complain about style, that you would say to them?
Well, remember this. When I got elected, I thought I would be running the country. And I thought that would be my primary function, run the country, defend the country, all of the typical things. But I had another thing I had to do, and that was survival. They created a fake Russia hoax. They had fake impeachments, 2 fake impeachments. where the Republicans were great. I have to say they stuck with us and they were great. But they were fake charges. Perfect phone call. Nobody ever could even imagine it was a perfect phone call. The whole thing was fake. And I had to survive. And to survive, you had to be tough and you had to be out there. You didn't have time to be necessarily dainty and nice. And we did a great job. We created the greatest economy in the history of the world.
We, on this program, debunked the Russia hoax myth, and we got it right. It took us 3 years to get to the bottom of all of it. Mr. President, you've been very generous with your time. These are troubled times for the American people. I know that the forgotten man and woman was a big theme in 2016, and I'm sure if you do run in 2024, it'll be a big theme of yours again. We appreciate your time.
That's right. Thank you very much, John. Thank you.
All right, that's all the time we have left this evening. Please set your DVR so you never miss an episode. Let not your heart be troubled. Laura Ingraham, big show tonight as always.
Hannity, everything that Trump predicted was going to happen to the economy, to our foreign policy credibility, the border. He predicted it to a T. It's unbelievable. I mean, across the board. But I got to tell you, Hannity. Yeah.
Do you think Joe Biden could be that articulate for 40 straight minutes?
Now look. I'm seriously. I'm literally like not. My grandpa. Where are we?
Come on, man.
Hey, Sean, you know what I was thinking today? I seriously was thinking about this. Because the 25th anniversary of Fox, right? Mm-hmm. And we're so busy doing everything on a daily basis that I didn't even have a chance to write anything, okay, about the time, which was, for me, my best memory early on at Fox was, I think I was talking to you in, like, 1999, so it was a few years after Fox started.
We've been friends a long time.
And Hannity, you kept saying, come on, Ingram, you should sign with Fox News, And I finally did, right? And I was on election night with you in 2000 until, like 2:30 in the morning, right? Remember we were on back and forth. It was Gore won, then Bush won, then Gore.
I think I was only on like one election year. If that had to be the year, and then they used me for 3 minutes, and I said, I'm not wasting my time. I have too much work to do.
That was it. But you had me on as a guest, and we were on like all through. It was so much fun, and many great memories.
And we're lucky to have you. Honestly, you've been a great, powerful addition.
And you and everyone, Suzanne Scott and Lachlan, Roger Ailes, Jay Wallace, everyone who made this possible.
I tell you what.
The Murdochs, but you've been my.
Tell you what. Even though the vinyl wrapping wasn't the best job in the world, people know. I just got in a whole conversation about how these people here like Donald Trump. I got to go inside, use the bathroom, get a drink, so I'm going to leave the truck on. I'm just going to take my keys and lock it. But I'll leave it back on Fox News. I'll be back in just a second.
And instead of making smart decisions like stiff-arming the progressives or clamping down on border crossings, things that actually, would appeal to working-class voters, Biden's puppeteers are stuck on vaccine mandates.
Here's what Wall Street's saying. Vaccination means fewer infections, hospitalizations, and death. In turn, it means a stronger economy. One economist called vaccine requirements, and I quote, the most powerful economic stimulus. Ever enacted. For folks who haven't gotten vaccinated, get it done. Do the right thing.
Okay, do the right thing. Well, Joe, if vaccine mandates were so popular, why the hard sell? Why the shaming? Why set up the COVID caste system that you're doing? If tough COVID policies, by the way, are so great for the economy, as he's trying to argue there, why are the unemployment rates of New York, LA, San Francisco, and Chicago, big vaccine mandate places those are, so much higher than the national average? By contrast, look at what's going on in Florida, where the governor has rejected mandates. Their unemployment is below the national average. And if the false economic projections aren't bad enough, now the COVID police are actually in health system and patients. So much for the do no harm. Now, in moments, waiting for a kidney transplant, she was just told she's getting kicked off the list. Now, the left is one step closer, though, to imposing vaccine mandates on your kids. So today, Pfizer asked the FDA COVID vaccine in 5. Those of us in real America, this is a cause for concern. But for the media, it's like Christmas has come early.
People in my household are doing a happy dance. My daughter can't wait because she knows that it means that, I don't know, she doesn't even remember what normal is, but she's excited to welcome it in once again.
If more people get vaccinated, Kate, we can start to, start looking at this thing in the rearview mirror. And I think that benefits all of society.
I'm in line. Oh, wait, you can't stop me. Wow. Now, we warned you that they would eventually target your kids with their vaccine mandates, and it's happening. And California has already laid the groundwork, announcing earlier this month that they'd mandate vaccines for students ages 12 and up once the FDA gives its final approval. Expect to see this insanity repeated in blue cities and states across America. And don't believe the line, by the way, that the vaccine...
Don't believe the line!
We're getting all back to normal.
Was someone calling? Did I miss a call? Yep.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Yo, can you, can I switch to your Be Right Back screen? Can you turn your backpack off and on real quick for me?
Off and on?
Yeah, because I can't, and then just restart your stream on the backpack.
Yeah.
I'll handle your scene switching, but I can't manage anything from remotely because I can't see anything.
So you're gonna make it so I can mute it right here on the live?
I'm gonna try to, but I can't even see. Your backpack isn't even showing online right now.
My thing is I don't think it'll reconnect. So let me just end it for the night so I can listen to podcasts. So everyone that is watching right now, I'm going to wrap. I'll be live tomorrow. Someone said, why is it not on PTNN? Because we couldn't. So we'll make sure it's good for tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow probably around 8 o'clock in the morning. And then and we'll be the whole time. So I appreciate you guys all for watching. And hold on.